And welcome back to the Washington Nationals MLB 26 franchise. We wrapped up our first 3-game homestand and first 7-game road trip. Went 5-5 over those 10 games, and we had a rough time in Colorado, a couple of walk-off losses there, and couldn't get a timely hit in this one after we started the road trip so promising. And now we're going to have a homestand against the Dodgers, the Rangers, before we go on the road again, come back for Cleveland, San Diego, and I'm going to try and get us through most of the month of May. Somewhere in here, we will wrap up the episode. I want to get more gameplay, get us deeper into the season. And we will also hop down, get a look at Jeremy Dunbar down in AAA and see how close he is to being Major League ready. But the first thing I want to cover in this episode before we get into all that gameplay is the draft prospects for this next draft. Already got a third baseman on the board. I'm hoping drops just a few spots to us. You can see where we pick. We have pick number 29 and number 31. We got 31 when Tom McVay won Rookie of the Year. So we got that PPI pick, essentially having back-to-back picks at the end of the first round. Then we pick again at 63, 107, 137, 167, 197. I've got starting pitcher, third base, left field as position needs because there are players at those positions I'm definitely interested in. And let's get into this. We're not going to be, this guy outside of his clutch looks excellent for a 22-year-old, but he only has 3 pitches. And we're probably not going to get to any of these pitchers in this range. We might get to guys down here, 27, 28, 29 in this range. And ones that I have put on a list already that I definitely want to get scouted. Where is he? Dave Freitas, just in case he drops. 65 to 99, possible 82. He's a left-handed pitcher, 18 years old. Absolute great control and stamina. Throws 5 pitches. 4-seamer, cutter, sweeping curve, slider, changeup. That is awesome. And he has really good ratings for the fastball, cutter, and the 4-seamer, and the slider. Just got to work on his Ks per 9. But, man, he looks good at 18 years old already. Hopefully he drops. I'd love to take him with our first pick. Another one I'm interested in would be this Sam Madlock, another lefty at 18 years old. Really balanced across the board. Just his home run per 9 would be possible issue, but decent clutch and control, high stamina. Throws 4 pitches, a 4-seamer, a sweeper, a sinker, a change. Really good with the sinker and change, so he likes to keep the ball down. And that would be awesome to get that. Definitely need more lefties in this organization. Another one, Joaquin Estrella, another lefty, so 3 lefties in a row. And while his hits per 9 aren't the greatest, he strikes out righties really well, which is good for a lefty. He has excellent stamina, good clutch, control, home runs per 9. Another guy with 5-pitch mix. And another, this time a first right-hand pitcher I have found that I'm interested in. 19-year-old, doesn't go up to 99, but it might have a higher overall and not quite as high potential. And this guy has good numbers across the board except for his control, but that stamina and clutch are in a great spot. Really good hits per 9 against lefties, 4-pitch mix. And might have to change that 2-seamer into a sinker, 4-seamer, curveball, changeup. We'll see. Doesn't actually throw. It throws the first 3 pitches almost equally well. So see what happens with him once we get him scouted. Have another guy back here, Trevor McGrath, another 18-year-old lefty, could start with a higher overall and not a high potential. And he crushes right-handed pitching on hits per 9. Really good across the board. Great controlled stamina. 4-pitch mix, does not throw any. His fastball, his only fastball is a sinker, so he's going to keep the ball down. Really good pitch for him as well. And he's a left-handed pitcher, so look to be adding at least 1, if not 2 of these guys, since we have 2 picks really close together in the first round. We would definitely have to take McGrath with that second first-round pick if we want him. I don't think he's going to drop to 63, but bunch of left-handed pitchers, very interested in these guys, especially these 3 right here. On the bullpen side, have reliever David Bourbon, 21-year-old lefty. Looking like he's already potential A up to a B. B up to an A. Said that backwards. At least in the 60s, could be in the 70s. And look at all that green. His control is his worst thing, but great clutch, great home runs per 9, great hits per 9, sinker, slider, cutter. Another left-handed pitcher. And we have 3 older left-handed pitchers in our bullpen right now, so he could possibly step into the bullpen next year. If we get him, he is definitely in play for the second of those first picks. Another lefty, Derek Perez, doesn't top out at 99, but he's going to be another one that's going to be, his potential overall going to be close, and he could be very Major League ready right away. Look at all that green. Hits per nine, great. Strikeouts per nine are great. Home runs, control are great. Clutch could be an issue, but look at all those pitchers. Four-seamer, splitter, slider, changeup. I love splitters. And yeah, he's definitely in play as well. So a lot of left-handed pitchers. Closing side, Peter Green, another lefty. See, we've mentioned all lefties. There's only one right-handed pitcher out of the group I've looked at so far. He's another guy that could start in the 70s. Overall potential in the 80s or 90s. And he's not quite the same as the other guys, but he is a huge strikeout pitcher, four-seamer, slider, curveball, and his clutch is in a good spot compared to his hits per nine. So we are stocking up on lefty pitchers based on all these guys on my list. Go back out here to the front page. Dave Pennington, third baseman that could fall, just need him to fall 3 slots. 18-year-old third base, right-handed hitter. He is 6'3", 190, and he has really, really good, consistent hitting. Power's going to be a work in progress, but it's not overly low. Good, consistent fielding. Arm is a little light, but that's okay. We work on that. Great durability, good discipline to go with the vision and clutch, and he has some speed too. So great all-around player that we can just develop his power. Could be a future third baseman. Get him scouted up, see where he comes in. And on the outfield side, I have a couple of guys here in left field, Brandon Farley and Shane Roach. Farley, 18 years old, doesn't go to 99. He's a switch hitter with excellent defense, great speed and stealing, durability, base running. His power is not horrible. I do see some 99s on there. He's not going to come in at 99, although he could. He's a 97. So even if you take 10 off, his hitting's still in the mid to high 50s to 60s. He's going to have great speed and stealing still. His defense is still going to be great. And switch hitter, very important. I got way too many left-handed bats in our organization, especially at the major league level or about to go to the major league level, so we can find somebody else that can hit from both sides of the plate and hit consistently. So he's got really good numbers. Doesn't favor one side or the other. So this would definitely be somebody I would look for that first pick. We also have Shane Roach. He's a right-handed hitting outfielder, 18 years old. Tops out at 99 potential. Could be as high as 71, right? Ranked number 37. And his hitting isn't quite the same as the other guys. A little better against lefties. Going to be a work in progress for all of his hitting stats, but another great defender. Arm's a little light, but really great speed and stealing. So he's just a notch below Brandon Farley. Definitely preference of the two is Farley. Center field, we got two more guys here. Late 20s and early 40s, mid 20s, early 40s. Alden Swan, bats right, throws left. Potential up to 98, overall up to 77. Another very consistent bat. Could work on his power. Excellent defender, great arm, great speed. And if you take 10 off there, it's still a good hitter, still has the high to mid 50s, and great defense. We can just build him up. He's 5'10", 18 years old, so might take a few years, but he looks like he'd be an excellent player for the future. Andy McCormick is a little bit older at 21, tops out at 88, so he's one of those guys that could be higher overall, lower potential, but he could be major league ready sooner. Hits lefties well. Flat bat across the board, just not good defender. Really good arm though, accuracy, durability, base running, speed and stealing. So he'll have some things he is really good at, other things he'll need to work on, especially his hitting at 21 years old, but we'll just see how that goes. And one more guy in right field for later in the draft. He's ranked 128 by MLB, 127 by us, but he could be a 99 potential guy. Coming in at 61, another right-handed bat at age 18. 6'2", 230, big boy. So he's going to need some work on his hitting. As you can see, his discipline's not going to come in at 0. So this is a good chance that this guy comes in at 99, 61. It's going to be a great defender, just not have a good arm. So we could play him in left field. And then we could just work on his bat and everything else would be excellent. Again, 6'3", 230. We can play him definitely left field. Don't want to move him to first base, although that wouldn't be the worst thing. Having a great fielding first baseman. He's got the first base build, so definitely want to get him scouted up so we can see if we have a 99 potential guy for late in the draft. Here's a shortstop that we could look at as well. Possible 99 potential, 72 overall, 18 years old. And he hits lefties better than righties. Really good defense. Arm is adequate, great speed and stealing. Just going to have to definitely work on his hitting skills. 5'8", 170. There's another third baseman that's older, so he could be one of those that doesn't have a ton of upside, but he has a high floor. Sean Hutchinson, great bat, absolutely crushes lefties. Great clutch. It's not going to hit for a ton of power. It's not going to field very well. So he's definitely someone that would be possible first baseman again. 6'3", 213. Got a lot of 99 potential guys higher up at second base, but I doubt that these guys are going to fall to us. There's a guy here up to 96, 71. And he's got adequate defense, especially since it's second base. Have to work on his bat. But good speed and defense, good durability. Another guy we could look at for possibly that second first round pick. Need to get more guys for the second, third, fourth, fifth round. That should probably fall to our discovery guy. Here's a first baseman that absolutely crushes, but he doesn't have a lot of power. There's a catcher. If he fell, I'd be interested in. Possible 99 overall guy, right? Does not have the power, though. Has great defense, though. His arm's a little behind the rest of his defense. Not going to be very fast at all, so that would be a project catcher. Another one, Walter Hu. He's more consistent in everything. It's lefties better than righties. Here's another catcher we could consider, David Kinslow. Better power bat than he is a contact bat. So that's where we are. I went through on the pitching side. We are going to discover central pitchers. Out of the top 50 pitchers, 7 of them were central, 5 were international, 3 east, 2 west. Out of the top 100, we had 14 in the central, 7 international, 7 west, 7 east. So I'm going to scout central first, discover there, scout all those guys, and then probably move to international. And then we'll individual scout any guys that aren't in those 2 regions. And definitely want to take a look at some of those relief pitchers, but they're so good with those ratings. Even if they're 10 points lower than what their number shows, I would be totally happy having them without scouting them. And we need to get some more hitters into the system. Just kind of keep filling a pipeline, and definitely need more infielders. So we will keep up on that, and I'll show you any guys that we discover as we move along. And before we get into gameplay, I want to show you what the schedule looks like. We have this homestand with Dodgers and Rangers, go to San Francisco, Milwaukee, come back from Cleveland, San Diego. We have no games in our division for the entire few days of March and all of April. We don't play our first division opponent until May 1st, 3-game series at home against Miami, so we'll definitely get into that. And then we don't have any other division games till we go on the road for 4 games at Miami here late in May, and then follow it up with 3 games at Philadelphia. And that's it. Those are the only 10 division games we have in the first 2+ months of the season. We don't actually play. You can see we come home and face Philadelphia at the beginning of June. We don't face the Mets or the Braves until this date right here on June 15th. We get a 3-game series against the Mets, and then the following week we have a 3-game series at Atlanta before we come back and face them for a 3-game series at the end of this homestand, and then we go to the Mets right before the draft. So we're going to have a lot of important division games in the month of June, but not a whole lot, none at all through April. So I am going to get in here. We're going to sim some games, maybe see some custom game entry, go down to the minors, look at Dunbar and Ullman and see how they're progressing up. And then once we get to this point here with Miami, we'll get in, get some of these games, get action from these games here, another games here with the Phillies. And we're going to end this episode right here at the end of May. So 10 games. I want to highlight as many of those games as possible without making this a 2-hour video. And we'll get a lot of simming done through here. I'd like to see how this team plays in the sim, the quick sim, especially how Eli Willits plays and how Langford fills in the middle of our order in the straight sim. So we will probably blow through this month real quick unless there's some exciting, custom game entry situations. But otherwise, we'll get all the way here into May. We'll give you a stat update, Major League and Minor League, and then get in and get more gameplay. So let me stop talking. Let's get into some simming and see if we have any things pop up that we need to hop in and check out. And we would win 4 out of 6 on the homestand. We would lose 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers, but we sweep Texas. Game 1, this was a rematch. Shohei Ohtani against Shane McClanahan. Dodgers hit 3 home runs in that game, including one by Ohtani. Gives up 4 runs in 5 innings, but their bullpen shut us down. Our side, home run by James Wood. Not a bad start by McClanahan, but Fairbanks blows the game, giving up 2 runs in the 9th. Game 2, slugfest. We win 12-10. They hit 3 home runs in the game. Yamamoto got torched. So did Henriquez. So did Gavin Stone. Our side, look at all those guys with 2 hits. The whole top 5 guys in the order all had 2 hits. Abrams, Pasquantino, and Castro with home runs. Vinny hit 2. Horton, 4 runs over 6 innings. Kopech was horrendous, but the rest of the bullpen held him in check, and we got the win as Whitlock gets a save. In Game 3, we lost 9-8. Another home run by Otani. He's 8-pound out, 14 hits. Glasnow got lit up. So did River Ryan, but the rest of their bullpen held us in check. Our side, home runs by Abrams, Buxton, 2 by Wood, 1 by Ford. Lord, 4 runs over 4 innings. Another good Lord appearance. AJ Minter gives up 3 runs in the 3rd of an inning, so our bullpen failed us in that one. We bounced back, though, win Game 1 against Texas 5-3. Evan Carter with a home run, 3 hits. Our side, home runs by Abrams, Langford, Ford, and Willits. Bunch of solo shots. Sasaki, 3 runs over 5 innings, and the bullpen only gives up 1 hit, no runs. Fairbanks bounces back and gets a save. Win Game 2, 5-1. Home run by MJ Melendez, their only run. They struck out 12 times. 2 hits by Langford, hit 2 home runs, drives in 3. Eli Willits hits his first Major League home run, drives in 2. Sakura, 6 shutout innings. Alvarado and Whitlock hold down the fort, even though Alvarado gave up 1. Whitlock gets the save. Fairbanks must have been tired. And then go to Game 3 to wrap up the homestand. We win 6-5. Home run by Osuna. Our side, Buxton with a home run, 3 hits for him and 4 RBI, 4 hits for Wyatt Langford, up to 316 on the season. Lanahan, 2 runs over 6 innings. Fairbanks, another rough appearance out of the bullpen, and need to maybe flip him and Whitlock for a week or so and get him straightened out. But that puts us at 9-7, and we're only a half game behind the Braves, who are, I believe, 8-2. So they've gone 1-5. They had a rough patch, so made up some ground. So did the Mets. Take a look at our stats real quick. 6 home runs by Wood, 5 by Abrams, 5 by Vinny, 4 by Castro, 3 by Langford, 3 by Buxton and Ford and McVeigh. All right, we're hitting a bunch of home runs. Pitching side, Lord started the season really rough after a great postseason. Hopefully he'll bounce back soon. And Whitlock hasn't given up a run. Kopech and Minter are a problem, and so is Fairbanks. What is wrong with Fairbanks? Giving up runs in 3 of the last 4 appearances. Giving up 5 runs, 6 runs, 5 earned. A couple of home runs in that game. I think it's just a funk. Hopefully he'll get out of it soon. And we would follow that homestand with a road trip, losing all 3 games in San Francisco. Only scored 2 runs in the 3 games. Bounce back and sweep Milwaukee. Game 1 against the Giants. Only had 3 hits. Bad start for Horton. Another bad appearance by Kopech. Home run by Devers and Eldridge. Bailey Ober throws 7 shutout innings. Game 2, we lose 5-2. Buxton with a home run. 2-run shot are only runs. Lord pitched better, but Granillo and Kopech did not. Game 3, lose 3-0. Only get 2 hits in the game, 2 hits and a walk. Sasaki did not pitch poorly. Bullpen pitched decent, but when you only get 2 hits and 3 base runners, you can't win games. Game 1 against Milwaukee, win 6-5. Eli Willits, another home run. Pasquantino drives in 3. We had 7 walks in that game. Vinny steals 2 bags. Rough start by Sakura, but the bullpen does a great job. Fairbanks gets a save. Game 2, we win 3-2. Eli Willits, another home run, a 3-run shot, our only runs of the game by the rookie. We struck out 12 times. Look at that, 8 strikeouts at the top of the order with the first 3 guys. McClanahan, 7 innings, 1 run allowed, gets the win. Fairbanks gets another save. And we finish it off in Game 3, winning 5-3. Buxton and Langford with home runs this time. And Horton, much better start. Bullpen, much better appearances for everybody, although Kopech's ERA is over 14 right now. I don't know what to do with him. Fairbanks has straightened himself out, up to 7 saves now. So that puts us 12-10, half game behind the Braves. Look at that. Only 2.5 games separate all 5 teams in the National League East. And since we didn't get any critical situations in any of these was it 12 games? We're going to hop in with this game, and we will player lock with Byron Buxton. Even though he's hit a couple of home runs lately, he's only hitting 195. So let's hop in here with Byron and see if we can get him on the right path. And I'm going to quick manage this game, and we'll just hop in for Buxton's at-bats, and I'll just give you scoring updates as they occur. All right, Buxton up, nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Guardians scored 2 in the top half. Abrams just walked and was caught stealing. So we get our first look at Gavin Williams. A strike on the inside corner. I get swing happy sometimes. I need to take a few pitches once in a while. Down and count 0-2. There's a pitch and swing and a miss. Strike 3. How the hell did I get? I just took strike 1. Then we'll pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody on, 1 out. Down 3-0. No hits in the game so far for the Nationals. The first pitch is low for ball. There we go. Buxton's numbers down to 192, but he does have 17 RBI, so maybe he's breaking out of it. Hopefully I don't continue the slump batting for him. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to first off the glove. Manzardo, and he'll beat him to the bag. I hate how the runners jog down the first base line. Tom McVeigh solo shot, our first hit of the game, makes it 3-1 Guardians. Now Buxton's up, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. He's the tying run. Willett's on with the leadoff single. Not much of a stolen base threat over there. Pitch is low and outside. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And the 1-0 pitch from Williams. Inside fastball, 100 miles an hour on the hands. Now we're behind 1-2, trying to stay alive. Don't strike out, don't hit into a double play. Here's the pitch. Outside, evens the count. Buxton battling at the plate here, a couple of foul balls. 2-2 count with 1 on and 1 out. High for ball 3. James Wood on deck. All right, full count. See if Williams will give me something to hit. Here's a pitch. And low for ball 4. All right. Patient at bat there. Fouled off several pitches. Now we have the tying runs on for James Wood. And he strikes out, and Langford flies out, and we get nothing. Pasquantino with a solo shot. We gave up 1 in the top half, so it's still a 2-run deficit here in the 7th. And 3 straight singles after a couple of outs. It's now 4-3. We have men on first and second and 2 outs. RBI shot here for Buxton to get this game tied, facing Matt Festa. All right, definitely need to get pitch to drive here. First pitch. Right down the middle, and I'm tardy. All right, 0-1 count. Tying run at second. Need something good. Ripped it foul just outside first base. Now we're down 0-2. This guy throws sweeper, cutter, sinker. There's the pitch. And we chase the sweeper and strike out like an idiot. And we end up dropping the game 5-3. Williams with the win, Lord with the loss, Smith with the save. And I'm going to go back to just watching these guys hit until I can get my own hitting slump straightened out, because right now I am brutal when I'm trying to hit for these guys. Look at this box score. 3 hits for Duran, 3 hits for Manzardo, home run by DeLauder. 3 runs over 6 2/3 for Williams. Our side, 2 hits for Pasquantino, 2 hits for Willits, Vinny and McVeigh with home runs. Struck out 3 times. Harry Ford, wonderful. Pitching side, not a bad start by Lord, but Romero and Minter both gave up runs in 1 inning, so that wasn't good, and that was the difference in the game. And we are in the middle of another 6-game homestand. Lost the first 2 games to Cleveland, get a win in Game 3, lose the first one against the Padres, and we have an issue with our bullpen, and that is Pete Fairbanks has just not been doing it. He's given up 3 runs in a third of an inning, 3 runs 2 earned, 2 runs. He is just not doing it. 8.31 ERA in his last 8 innings, so he is out as closer for now. We'll move him to set up and move Garrett Whitlock, who we did sign in the offseason. You can see 11 innings, 15 strikeouts, 0.79 ERA, and he's going to be our new closer until Pete can get his stuff straightened out. And we would wrap up the month of April with a 14-14 record at a 6-game homestand against Cleveland and San Diego, and we only win 2 of those games. Go through each game real quick. Chase DeLauder with a home run in that game. Good start by Gavin Williams. Home runs by Pasquantino and McVeigh. Lord, not a bad start. Didn't get enough offense. Game 2, we lost 4-3. Wallner and DeLauder with home runs. Bobby pitched well. Their bullpen pitched great. Went extra innings. 3 hits for Langford, 2 for Buxton, 3 for Willits. Vinny with a home run. Sasaki with a good start. JoJo blows that game in extras. Did win game 3, 8-5. Home runs by Wallner and Jose Ramirez. Pounded Parker Messick for 7 runs. And then Abrams, 4 hits. Langford, 2. Ford, 2. Home run by Langford. Sikora pitched decently, although he gave up 9 hits in 5 innings. Granillo gives up 2 runs late, but we get the win. Lose first game against the Padres, get shut out. Give up 3 home runs in that game. We get 4 hits and 4 walks. Lanahan didn't pitch poorly, but that's the game that Fairbanks blew, and we yanked him out of the closer role. Win game 2, 2-1. We give up 4 hits in the game. Pitchers duel there. Skubal pitched well, but didn't get the win because we hit 2 solo shots, Buxton and James Wood. Cade Horton bounces back, has a really strong start, and there we go. Whitlock with his first save as he strikes out the side in the 9th. And then we lose game 3, 4-1. Home run by Machado. Gary, 6 innings with 1 hit allowed. Scored a run late off Stevenson. Only had 4 hits in the game. No home runs. Lord didn't pitch poorly, but we just didn't get enough offense. So, sitting at 500, we're a game and a half out of first, half game out of third, 1 game out of second. Standings-wise, wild card race, there's a bunch of teams in the wild card race, so we're going to have to do some work. Now we have a 3-game homestand. Actually, it's the extension of this, so it's a 9-game homestand with a day off. We'll be taking on Miami, and we will definitely show you Garrett Whitlock if he comes in for a save and any other critical situations that pop up. And I really want to go down here to AAA and get some gameplay in for Jeremy Dunbar and Joel Ortiz. I had to change his motion. I watched the game with them, and he's so slow, so I changed his motion. Get in here. Hopefully we get some gameplay here, and got to get on a hot streak. Our pitching is kind of up and down. We got a couple guys in the bullpen that are just crushing us right now, and we got some guys at the bottom of the batting order, actually in the middle of the batting order, that are hitting in the low 200s or high 100s that are just sinking our lineup right now. So we're kind of hit or miss. Treading water at 500. And right away, we get a situation here. Whitlock has the tying run on at first. 1 out in the 9th. Let's see if he can lock this thing down and get his second save with the Nationals. All right. Moises Ballesteros at the plate. There's plenty of power. Got to keep this on the ground, get a double play. First pitch off the plate. He's got 4 home runs on the season. Did not want to switch Fairbanks for Whitlock, but when we signed Whitlock, I said he was insurance in case something happens with Fairbanks. I really like Pete, but he is not doing it this year as he fouls that pitch off. Fairbanks is having a lot of trouble, giving up multiple runs and multiple, not even full innings. And it's really tanked his batting error. It's really tanked his ERA and WHIP, and it cost us some games. 2-1 count on Ballesteros. There's the pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. All right, reset. Come on, Garrett. Don't walk him. 3-1 pitch to Ballesteros is way inside for ball 4. So you're going to have the tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first. Maximo Acosta is going to pinch run. That'll bring in Jacob Marcy. He's got 2 hits tonight. Yeah, ground ball double play right here. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle. And Marcy, 257 on the year, only 2 home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Whitlock. And it's a ground ball, third base. Throw to second for 1, relay to first, and we get him. There we go. 5-4-3 double play. Gets us out of the jam, gets us the win. Whitlock gets the save. And hopefully having some stability at the back end of the bullpen will start helping our outcomes here as Minter gets the win, Whitlock to save. We take game 1 of this big series. Check the box score. Give up 8 hits. Stowers with a home run. Javier didn't pitch poorly. Cade Gibson gives up a run in the 8th inning as a difference in the game. Our side, 2 hits for Wood. Home run by Langford and Buxton. No walks. Roki pitched well. Bullpen pitched well. Pete Fairbanks, 1 inning, no runs allowed. That's good. Get him straightened out. Whitlock, a little bit of an adventure with 2 walks. K, but he gets a double play. It's his 4th save of the season, his 2nd one since being moved into the closer role. Now we have Game 2, Travis Sikora against Yuri Perez. Both pitchers struggling mightily this year. Strikeouts haven't been a problem. ERA is north of 6, almost 7 in Perez, so this might be a high-scoring game. And we lose 5-2. 3 home runs in the game. Lopez, Vaughn, and Ballesteros. Perez manages to get through 5. Our side, a couple of hits for Young. Pinch ran for Langford. Hopefully he's not hurt. Buxton with 2 hits. Home run by Eli Willits, his 5th. 285. Sikora did not pitch well. Bullpen did okay. Just didn't have enough offense. And Langford is not injured. See right there, no injury, so he's okay. And we go to Game 3, Shane McClanahan against Max Meyer. I'm going to go in here, quick manage, and we'll hop in and watch key moments within this game and hopefully get a dub and win this series. And we'll pick it up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Scoreless game right now. We have a minute at the corners and 2 out for James Wood. Let's hop in and see if he can get a hit here. All right, nice, bright, sunshiny Thursday afternoon in D.C. Max Meyer in a jam. First pitch is outside for a ball. See Wood's numbers, 250, 7 home runs, 19 ribs. Need to get that batting average up. Team's plenty of power. We're just not getting enough singles. 1-0 count on Wood. Here's the pitch and takes a strike. Wood down in the count, 1-2. Trying to put us on the board first here. Here's the pitch from Meyer. And swings and misses and strikes out. Clanahan, a bit of a jam here. Already given up 1 run. Got 3 singles in the inning. Got men on first and second, 2 out. Jacob Marcy. Let's see if Shane can get out of this jam. All right, Clanahan rolling along until he gave up 3 hits in this inning. Ripped that first pitch foul. Reset. 2 on, 2 out. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And ripped foul again. See if Shane will throw him a curveball or a changeup here. Get him way out in front. 0-2 pitch is on the way. And it's a ground ball, second base. Abrams throws a second, and that's the force, and we only give up 1 run in the inning. Bottom of the 6th, down 1-0. Buxton hits a solo shot to tie the game. There we go. James Wood pops out. Langford reaches on an error. Vinny forces him at second. Castro flies out. So we're tied 1-1 through 6. All right, top of the 8th. New pitcher for us, Jose Alvarado facing Otto Lopez. Flies out. Carpenter singles. Ballesteros singles. Edwards walks. Bases loaded with 1 out. And we got to go back to the bullpen. And we're going to go to Louis Farland. Strikes out Vaughn. Walks Marcy. We're down 2-1. Pop out ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by 1. Abrams facing Ryan Helsley. Strikes out Buxton. Grounds out Wood. Singles. Wyatt Langford. Strikes out. Go to the bottom of the 9th. New pitcher for the Marlins. Closer Ronnie Enriquez. Facing Vinny. Strikes out Castro. Flies out. McVeigh. Grounds out. And we lose 2-1. Check the box score. He had 9 hits and 3 walks. Triple was their only extra base hit. Meyer pitched great. Bullpen pitched even better. Our side, 5 hits and a walk. 4 strikeouts for Abrams. My goodness. Buxton, our only offense with a home run. Clanahan pitched well. Alvarado gives up an extra run there, and we lose 2-1. So we ended up losing 6 out of 9 on that homestand. That is not good. And now we go on the road. Go to Seattle for 3, the Padres for 3, and the Dodgers for 3. And we will definitely get some player lock games in here. Before we start that, though, I'm going to player lock with Jeremy Dunbar and see what we can do down here in AAA against the Jumbo Shrimp. And you can see our Rochester Red Wings, 19-11. So are the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. So a good matchup here down in AAA. On the mound for them, Robbie Snelling, left-handed pitching prospect for the Marlins. And Dunbar's leading off raised his average about 35 points since the last time I looked at him. 4 home runs, only 9 RBI. Mostly concerned about his defense. He'll hit better at the major league level than he is right now. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. High fly ball in the left center field. Left fielder's racing over, and he's going to have that for the first out. And we pick things up here in the top of the third. Dunbar leading off again. Catcher Caleb Lomavita hit a solo shot in the first inning for our only run. Dunbar's having a good series, 5 for 13. So we can improve on that here. Dunbar ahead in the count, 2-1. Here's a pitch from Snelling. And it's a high fly ball in the left center field again. This time center fielder racing over, and he's got that for the first out. And we'll pick it up here in the top of the fifth. Jumbo Shrimp added single runs in the third and the fourth. They're up 2-1, but we have men on first and second with 1 out. Dunbar at the plate. Big time RBI chance here. All right, Jeremy, put the ball in play to left center field twice. See if we can get around and pull one. Ooh, I would have been swinging at that one. Take strike one on the inside corner. Count even at 1. Looking for a big hit here from Dunbar. And it's a ground ball to first. Throw to second for 1. Relay back to first and off the base, so they don't get the double play. Keeps the inning alive. Lewis Haynes walks to load the bases. Caleb Lomavita, who homered in the first inning, strikes out the end of the inning. Oh, and Cassie's solo shot makes it 3-1. And we'll pick it up here in the top of the seventh. New pitcher Tyler Zuber on the mound. Dunbar leading things off. We're down 3-1, and he fouls the first pitch back, and he's going to be 0 for 4. Now Dunbar gets one more at bat. He has 2 on, 1 out here in the ninth. Down by 2 runs. We've only scored 1 run on 10 hits, and that 1 run came in a solo shot at first. So been getting guys on, can't get the clutch hit. See if Dunbar could come through. Josh White on the mound for Jacksonville. Here's the first pitch, high for a ball. Here you can look at Dunbar's ratings. His clutch is 84, so that's going to help him greatly. You just need him to put the ball in play with a little bit of authority this time. White comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's rocked foul down the right side. Reset, 1-1 count. Dunbar, the big 0 for 4 tonight. He's going to hit this one in the left field. That's going to drop. That should get us 1 run. Throw comes in, and he is safe. So now it's a 1-run game. Dunbar, big RBI hit there. Now to bring in Lewis Haynes. Remember, we drafted him as a third baseman, moved him to left field. Had a bunch of home runs last year. He's 6 for 13 in the series. Take a look at him as well. Could be a future DH at the major league level. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike at the letters. Reset now. 2 on, 1 out. Down by 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike at the letter or knees. Man, come on, man. Swing the bat. Can't stand there and take strike 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch from White. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Flip to second for 1. Relay to first. And double play ends the game. Wow. Well, at least we got to see an RBI by Dunbar. Check the box score. 1 hit there. 2 hits for Caden Wallace. 3 hits for Morales. Home run by Loma Vida. Ullman. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, threw a lot of pitches, and left with men on base. Bullpen did their job, though. Just didn't get enough runs. And as soon as we exited out of that game, we found out that Seaver King tore his shoulder. He's out 1 to 2 months. He was actually doing pretty well at AAA playing short. So now we have a new shortstop there, and that's going to affect his progression. That's too bad. And we bounce back, get 2 straight wins to start this road trip, win the game 1-0. Cade Horton and Brian Wu. Vinny Pasquantino solo shot was the difference in the game. I can see the computers messing with my lineup. And Horton 7 shutout innings. Fairbanks, perfect 1 inning for the hold. Whitlock, perfect 9th inning with 3 Ks for another save. There we go. Game 2, we win 6-4. 11 hits and 6 walks. Look at those guys at the top of the order. 2 hits, 3 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits. Why Jacob Young's hitting cleanup, I don't know. James Wood hits 2 home runs. Pasquantino with a solo shot. Both have 9 now. Brad Lord, 1 run over 7 innings. His best start probably of the year. Kopech still struggling. Granillo's still struggling. You might have to figure out something else for those 2. Whitlock comes in and gets the final out to get the save. Now we go to game 3. Roki Sasaki and Joey Estes. And let's go in here and player lock this game with James Wood. And here we are, T-Mobile in Seattle as we go for the sweep. James Wood, 3 for 5 his last game, 2 home runs, 4 RBI. So we're going to player lock on him today, see if we can keep his hot streak going. And I'm going to hop in and bat facing Joey Estes with nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the first. First pitch is outside. See, the Mariners are first place in the American League West. Got to get our offense and pitching in sync. Ball 2 inside. Try and get us back in the division race. Definitely higher in the wild card race. Foul off that changeup. 2-1 count on Wood. Pitch outside, ball 3. Here we go. Vinny on deck. See if I get a pitch to drive here. 3-1 pitch from Estes is hammered foul to the left side. Count goes full now. See if I can get one I can actually hit. And ball 4. All right, we'll take the walk. That'll work. Vinny, RBI double, gives us a 1-0 lead. You can see the computers mess with my batting order. Buxton grounds out. Abrams flies out. So 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Solo shot by Eli Willits makes it 2-0. And James Wood will lead things off here in the top of the third. 2-0 Nats. Fouled off that changeup on first pitch. See his numbers on the year. Got that walk in the first inning and scored the first run. The wind blowing from right field to left. We're going to hit this ground ball to second base, and that'll be the first out here in the third. And after a pair of walks, C.J. Abrams goes deep, 3-run shot. It's 5-0 Nationals. And now Wood's going to come up here in the fourth inning for the third time. Man on first and 2 out. De Los Santos on the mound. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. I'm going to go up here swinging. First pitch too much, gets me in trouble. And the 0-1 pitch is a ground ball. Get through. There we go. Base hit. Langford's going to go to third. Now we have men at the corners and 2 out. Vinny coming up. The fielder's choice ends the inning. Back-to-back doubles by McVeigh and Willits makes it 6-0. Now Woods up again here in the top of the 6th. 1 on, nobody out. Vargas on the mound. First pitch swinging right down the middle. Foul that off. I've been so late at the plate lately. Reset. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball into left field. And that's going to be caught as Langford has to race back to first base. Now it's 6-4 Nationals. Mariners staging a comeback. Roki had a bad 6th inning. We have 2 on and nobody out for James Wood facing Steven Zobak. All right, need some additional runs here. See if I can stay back, see the pitch. Nope, swing and a miss. 2-2 count, 2 on, nobody out here on top of the 8th. Trying to tack on some more runs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. Now it's late again. Oh, goodness, I'm terrible right now. And we're up 7-4. We added a tack-on run in the 9th. 3-run lead here. Whitlock on the mound trying to get the save, and I'm going to stand in here and pitch with him. There we go. Pop up in short left field. Willits runs out, and that's going to be the first out here in the 9th. There we go. 1 pitch, 1 out. Got to love that. We'll bring in Colton Cowser on the Mariners now. First pitch to him is a ball. Cowser, 8 home runs, 15 RBI. Already homered today. And there's a high fly ball into right field, back to the track, to the wall. And it's gone. Wow. All right, down to a 2-run game. Second home run of the day for Cowser. We'll bring in Hassan Kim. Fouls that first pitch off. He'll be on 1 out here in the 9th. Kim down in the count, 1-2. The pitch, and it's a rocket into right center field, and Wood's going to go chase that. Throw comes back in. Going to bring the tying run to the plate. Cal rally. First pitch swinging, ground ball to first. I'll take that. Runner goes to third, but there's 2 down. Now Julio Rodriguez, still another dangerous hitter in the order. First pitch to him is a ground ball to third base. Castro's got it. Easy throw to first, and we dodge that one. Get out of the inning. Get the save. Get the win. Made it interesting. I hate when it's interesting. I want it 1, 2, 3. Check the box score as we sweep the Mariners. 2 hits for Langford, 2 for Abrams, 2 for Willits, 2 for Ford. Home runs by Abrams and Willits. We also had 5 walks. Roki pitched well till he got in the 6th inning. Minter sort of bailed him out. And then Whitlock made it interesting in the 9th, but he gets his 7th save. Now we are 18-16, 2 games back of the Braves, game and a half behind the Marlins. We go to San Diego. Travis Sikora having a rough go at it. And let's go player lock with CJ Abrams in this game. Here we are, beautiful Petco Park in San Diego. So you're half game better than they are on the regular season. CJ Abrams, our player lock for this game. See what he did his last game. 2 hits and 5 at-bats, a home run, 3 RBI. On the mound for the Padres, Landon Knack. See his season right there, a very high walk rate. TJ's going to lead things off. Had to adjust the lineup, get him back to the top of the order. Count even at 1. Here's the pitch. And it's a pop-up down the left side over by the stands. Third baseman's going to have that, and we're going to foul out to start the game. Tanner Bogaerts, solo shot in the 2nd, puts the Padres up 1-0. Now CJ's up here in the top of the 3rd. 1 on and 1 out. And first pitch swinging up the middle and off the glove of the second baseman Cronenworth. Had a hit or an error. Going to give him a hit. All right, I'll take that. Buxton triple drives in 2. There we go. James Wood, let's go for the sac fly. And we get it. We're up 3-1. Single by Langford and a strikeout. And CJ's going to lead things off here on the top of the 5th. Nats up 3-1. Got his infield single his last time. Once I'm done with this Nationals franchise, we're going to do a draft-only one with the Padres this fall and winter. Fouls that off. Just to give you a spoiler, give you a heads up. 0-2 count now. Here's the pitch. And swings over it, and I can't lay off the knuckle curve, and that's the first out of the inning. And new pitcher will be Kevin Ginkel for the Padres as we start the 7th. DJ steps in 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. And the count goes full. You can get a hit or a walk here. Here's the pitch from Ginkel. And it's a little flare over short, and that's going to drop for a base hit. There we go. Leadoff man on here in the 7th. And caught stealing. Tried to get him in scoring position. And Vinny comes back with a 3-run shot to make it 7-1 Nationals. And we'll pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning. 2-out single by Wilkin. Brings up Abrams for his 5th at-bat of the game. So you can get a 3-hit game here. First pitch. And it's a long shot to right field, and that one is gone. CJ Abrams, another home run against his former team in the Padres. Big 2-run blast. 3rd hit of the day. 114.6 miles per hour, 444 feet. There we go. Check this replay. Right down the middle. I was on time for a change, and it was absolutely nuked. And our Nationals offense is starting to wake up as we pound the Padres 10-3 in the first game of this series. Sikora with the win, Landon Knack with the loss. Check the box score. 3 hits for Abrams, including a home run, drives in 2, scores twice. 4 hits for Langford, 2 hits for McVeigh. Vinny with a home run. Sikora, 1 run over 5 innings. Neo and Alvarado both gave up runs, but it didn't matter as we hang on and win this game. Not really hang on, we dominated, win this game 10-3. And game 2 against the Padres, we're up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Have the tying run at the plate, and Tyler Black, Garrett Whitlock on the mound. Let's hop in here and try and finish this game off. All right, Garrett, just need a ground ball double play. Just missed. Black is 0 for 3. Strike out 2 ground outs, so he has to put the ball on the ground. Black's ahead in the count, 2-0. And pop fly down the left side. Langford racing over in foul territory. He's got that for the 2nd out. There we go. Good pitch there. Just 1 more out to go. That'll bring in Yainer Fernandez. No idea who he is. First pitch. Strike at the knees. Their second baseman. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And ground ball to first. Step on the bag by Vinny, and there we go. Whitlock comes in, gets another save as we win the first 2 games at San Diego. We are now on a 5-game winning streak on this road trip. Check the box score. 2 hits for Langford, 2 hits for Wood, 3 hits for Abrams, 2 hits for Castro. Also a couple of walks. Langford with a home run and a double and a stolen base. Have a game. McClanahan 1 run over 6 innings. Bullpen does their job as Whitlock gets his 8th save. And that 5-game win streak has got us in a 3-way tie with the Braves and the Marlins, and the Mets are only a half game out. What a very tight National League East it is this year in 2029. Still have 4 more games to go on this road trip. Cade Horton's going to take on Miguel Mendez in Game 3. And we lose 2-0, so we don't get the sweep. 2 hits for Chaparro, 2 hits for Willits. Good start for Horton, just didn't get enough runs. Home run by Machado. They throw a shutout, almost a bullpen game there. And that loss knocks us a game and a half back. Wow, you can go from tied to first to a game and a half back in a space of 2 days. And we would split the first 2 games at LA, winning game 1 10-2. Wood with 2 hits, Buxton 3 hits, Castro 3 hits, Willits 3 hits. We also had 4 walks. Home runs by Wood, Pasquantino, Buxton, and Willits. Brad Lower 2 runs over 5 innings. Granillo 3 innings in relief. Good job there as we get the win. We lose game 2 2-0. Only get 3 hits and 4 walks in the game. Sasaki didn't get through 5 innings. Alvarado gives up a run late. No home runs allowed as Glasnow pitched well. Now game 3, Travis Sikora against Blake Snell. Not looking good for us the way Sikora's been pitching lately. Let's go player lock with Eli Willits in this game. And Eli's going to come up for the first time here in the top of the 2nd inning. They'll be on 1 out. Kyle Tucker with a solo shot in the first got the Dodgers on the board early. Blake Snell on the mound for the Dodgers. First pitch to Willits is in for a strike. The Dodgers running away with the National League West this year. Also see Willits up to 3-0-2. Willits works the count even at 2. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball, base hit to right field, late swing, finds a hole over there on the right side. 2 triples and a single later, the Dodgers are up 3-0. The double makes it 4-0. Now it's 5-0. Sikora's going to have to eat this one. Single, fly out. Willits will step in here with nobody on, 2 out in the top of the 4th. We're down 5-0. See his .308 average, 7 homers and 20 ribs. Have to start pushing him up higher in the batting order. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right. Willits down in the count, 1-2. There's the pitch from Snell. And ripped inside the first base bag down into the right field corner. He's around first, digging for second. Throw comes in. He's got a single and a double tonight. There we go. Push that average up higher. And we pick it up here in the top of the 6th. We're down 8-2. Got 1 on, nobody out. Eli stepping to the plate again. Going to try and steal with McVeigh over there. Get him in scoring position. Late. And swing and a miss. Throw down, and he's safe. Had to swing at that. He had a bad jump. He gets the stolen base. Eli battling at the plate here. Several foul balls. 2-2 count. McVeigh at second. Here's the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? Oh, they said he went. I don't agree. That's a strikeout. And 3 walks and a double later. It is 8-6. We have the tying run at the plate in Abrams now. So we stage a rally late, scoring 6 runs in the last 2 innings. And now Eli's back up here in the top of the 7th. McVeigh, a 1-out single and a stolen base. So Eli's got another RBI chance, this time against River Ryan. He can get his 3rd hit of the day. And it's going to be a ground ball, third base. And, oh my gosh. Well, ended up not getting a double play. I thought that was through, and I sent the runner, and he ran right into an out. And Tom McVeigh with a 2-run double has tied this game in the 9th. Pasquantino walked, pinch ran with Young. Single by Abrams, a fielder's choice, and then the RBI double. So this game is suddenly tied. We were down 8-0, guys. Now Willits will be up with a man in scoring position again. 1 out here in the 9th inning. That's going to be it for Morhone. He's out of the game. New pitcher is going to be Orion Kirkering. Terrible numbers for him this year. All right. Eli, 3rd hit to give us the lead. First pitch, inside for a ball. Single and a double today, hitting .308 on the season. Just need one good pitch. Wind is blowing out to center field too. Here's the pitch. And jam shot down the left side, and looks like that's going to get caught. Runner has to hold at second. Solo shot by C.J. Abrams starts the 11th inning as we are up 9-8. As I said, we were down 8-0, and we've put up 9 runs since the start of the 5th inning. Now Eli gets his 6th at-bat here, up by 1 in the extras. The pitcher for them is Ben Kasparius. First pitch to Eli. It's a strike right down the middle. 2 for 5 on the day. Eli behind on the count, 1-2, looking for that 3rd hit of the day. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. Tried to foul that off. We strike out. Go to the bottom half, up by 1 run. And we're bringing in Garrett Whitlock to try and get the save. Ohtani, Smith, and Hope coming up. Single, strikeout, strikeout. Now he has to face Bryce Harper with the tying run at first and 2 outs. See Harper 0 for 5, 2 Ks today, 1 for 9 in the series. Whitlock's got him down 0-1. Here's the pitch. And tapper foul. Just need 1 more strike. Let's throw this changeup. 0-2 pitch. He's swinging and a miss, and he strikes him out, and Whitlock gets another save as we come from behind, down 8 runs to win this game in 11 innings. What a comeback against the Dodgers. My goodness. NLCS rematch. We win the series 2-1. Fairbanks with the win. Whitlock with the save. I think our boys are finally waking up. Check the box score. 2 hits for Abrams, 2 hits for McVay, 2 hits for Willits. 10 walks in the game. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. A home run by Abrams, 2 steals by McVay. Sikora pitched horribly. Probably should go to the minors. But the bullpen shuts him out for 7 innings, and we get the dub. And after only winning 3 games on our 9-game homestand, we go on the road for 9 games, and we win 7 of 9. So offset that, gain a game on our record. We're up to 22-18. Can't believe we came back and won that game. And now we're just a half game behind the Braves and the Mets, half game ahead of the Marlins. And we have a 6-game homestand against Minnesota and Toronto we got to get through before we have a nice 7-game road trip to Miami and Philadelphia. Those games will be up next. I'll sim through this homestand, and we can get into some situations and player locks for this 7-game series. I'll sim through that one and get us through the end of the month, but we're definitely going to highlight these 7 games coming up next. And that 6-game homestand against Minnesota and Toronto, we ended up winning 4 of the 6 games. Beat Minnesota 3-2 in game 1. No home runs for Minnesota. Bradley pitched well, but Funderburk blew it late. Our side, 3 hits for Buxton, 2 hits for Wood. No home runs. McClanahan, 9 hits, but only 2 runs. Bullpen holds it off. We get the win. Game 2, another 3-2 win. Home run by Edgar Tate, however you say his name. David Festa, 5 shutout innings, and then Urena and Prilip blow the game late. Our side, James Wood, 2 hits, including a home run and 3 RBI. Horton pitched well, and Romero got the win late, extra inning win. Then game 3, we win 7-3. Keishel and Jenkins with home runs for the Twins. Rojas, 4 1/3, 8 hits, but no runs. But then Wilson and Funderburk combined for 7 runs, 4 earned in 2/3 of an inning. Our side, 3 hits for Abrams, 3 hits for McVay, 3 hits for Pasquantino, 2 hits for Castro and Ford. And Wood and McVay hit home runs. Lord, 3 runs over 5 innings. And Andre Granillo gets the win with 4 no-hit innings in relief. First game against Toronto, we lose 9-2. They hit 4 home runs. Young, McKinstry, and Barger. Barger with 2. 5 RBI for Barger. Mako gives up 1 run in 6 innings. Our side, 2 hits for Wood. Home run by Vinny. Wilkie didn't pitch bad, but he didn't get through 5. And Minter gave up 4. Kopech gave up 2. Those guys are a problem right now. Game 2, we bounce back, win 12-3. Vladimir Guerrero hits 2 home runs, drives in all 3. We got to all of their pitchers pretty much. Savage early and Lang gave up 8 runs in 3 2/3. Our side, 2 hits for Wood, 4 hits for Pasquantino, 2 hits for Buxton, 3 for McVeigh, 2 for Castro. Had 8 walks that game, 3 home runs, 1 by Willits, Pasquantino, and Buxton. Score 3 runs and 5 1/3, and Bullpen only gives up 1 hit the rest of the way. In game 3, we lose 7-2. Home run by J.P. Crawford. Cease pitches well for 6 innings. Our side, 2 hits for Willits, 2 hits for McVeigh. You can see I moved Willits up to the 2 spot. Moved Buxton all the way down to number 6, and hoping that will spark our offense. We struck out 15 times, did walk 8 times. Buxton with a home run. Clennahan 3 runs and 6 1/3, but Minter gives up 2 more runs. He and Kopech just can't stop giving up runs, and I can't trade Minter until after June 15th, but Kopech, I'm going to get to Kopech here in a minute. And all of that puts us in first place by a half game over the Braves, game and a half over the Mets and Marlins. And we have 4 big games coming up here against the Marlins and 3 against the Phillies. We will get to all those games shortly. And Michael Kopech, wanted to go over him. He has allowed 27 hits in 21 innings, 5 home runs in 21 innings after giving up 3 in 62 last year, 7.06 ERA, and 3 runs in his last 2 1/3 innings. Had a nice stretch here. We didn't give up a lot, but he is just not himself this year, and I'm looking to make a deal and trade him away. Minter was signed as a free agent, actually oversigned free agent, left-handed relievers. Same problem with him, more hits than innings pitched, 5 home runs in 21 innings, 5.57 ERA, and 2 runs in the third of an inning, 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning. So got to just hang on to him, and I don't really want to cut him. I can try and trade him, but it is what it is. So on the positive side, Pete Fairbanks has bounced back. Only got 11 hits in 17 innings, cut down his home runs allowed, his walks. The ERA is down. And in his last 7 games, going back to this right here, this is where he lost his closer role. He has pitched a total of 7 1/3 innings, only allowed 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So he's pitching well in the setup role. And Garrett Whitlock has stepped into the closing role, and he's been pitching excellent, up to 10 saves now. I think 8 of those since he took over as the closer. 0.89 ERA. And in his last 9 games, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So going back to this game right here on the 20th against San Diego, he's pitched a total of 9 innings, given up 6 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts, and 8 saves. So he has filled the gap wonderfully, and I'll leave him as the closer for time being. Starting pitching side, though, Travis Sikora, 57 hits in 42 innings, 16 home runs. That's his biggest problem. Just can't keep the ball in the ballpark. And 3 runs in 5 1/3, 8 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs, 7 runs. He's just getting absolutely torched. You can see he's given up 16 home runs in his last 42 innings. So he is definitely a problem, and something we're going to have to address real soon. And it's probably going to be sending him back to the minors and bringing somebody up. I just haven't decided who yet. One move I'm definitely going to make very soon is we're going to re-sign Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, bring him in to be our utility infielder. He can also play all 3 outfield spots. Going to bring him back in because Brock Wilken is hitting 0.87 in his last 23 at-bats. He's just not doing anything, and I want to get him down in the minor leagues and let him get some ABs. Just not playing, only 7 games the whole season, so he's going to start regressing if we don't get him on the field and doing something. And on the trade target side, I'm looking at Griffin Jacks, who's on the trade block. He's in the last year of a contract. Justin Sterner in the last year. Well, actually, he's got a couple of years of team control left, so I'm looking to add him. Both these guys would replace Kopech, same thing, Matt Swanson. Nick York would be someone I'm interested in as a utility infielder. But I really want to improve the bullpen by adding at least one of these guys, maybe even 2. That would mean sending Granillo to the minors, but we will see what the trade possibilities bring. Right now, I have offered up Michael Kopech for Justin Sterner. Don't know if they'll make that deal or not. They're about the same age, about the same overall. Sterner's a C, Kopech's a B. Sterner has better home runs per 9, and he'll be the better pitcher the rest of the year. Also offered up a young second baseman to the Tigers for Griffin Jacks. See if they'll take that. And then I took a shot in the dark with Seattle, Johnny Formello, and Felnin Celestin. Trying to get 2 prospects for Kopech because they need a reliever as well. Don't think they'll go for it, but it's worth offering. Now we enter this road trip against the Marlins and the Phillies. We are a half game ahead of the Braves, game and a half ahead of the Mets and Marlins, 8.5 of the Phillies. So those Phillies games aren't quite as important as they were initially. Definitely 4 games against Marlins are going to be big. Game 1, we have Cade Horton against Thomas White. I'm going to player lock with Wyatt Langford. And, I think I'll pick a different player to player lock for each of these games, and then we'll when we get to the Phillies games, I'll make a decision there. But we'll have 4 different player locks coming up in these games. And Cade Horton has been dominant in his last 4 starts. See his numbers there. Hopefully he can keep that going in the same today while I bat with Langford. On the mound for the Marlins, lefty Thomas White having a rough season. And we'll pick this game up in the top of the 2nd inning. We got a runner on in the first, a double by Willits. Couldn't get him home, so we have nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the 2nd. Wyatt Langford stepping in to bat. Langford trying to fill that spot in the middle of the order, especially against lefties that we needed, that we didn't have last year. Nice bright sunshiny day with the roof open. Here's the pitch. And there's a high fly ball in the center field. Didn't get enough of it. It's going to be shy of the track, and that's the 2nd out. Just missed that. And we'll pick it up here in the top of the 5th inning. Still no score. 2 hits for each side. Pitching has dominated this game so far. See if Langford can get something going here in the middle innings. Strike on the inside corner. There's his numbers on the season. Average, if we can get that up about 20 points, that would be great. Got 1-1 count on Langford now. Here's the pitch. And jam shot. Tried to fight that off, and we're going to pop it up to first base. And we're going to jump to the 7th inning. They scored a run on 3 singles in the bottom of the 6th. McVeigh grounded out to start the inning, and now Langford's going to step in, having to face a tough righty and Ryan Helsley. All right, see if I can be a little patient in this at-bat. There we go. First pitch outside on the slider. 0-for-2 at the fly-out pop-out. Now that I'll have more time, late spring, early summer, I'm going to have plenty of practice ability to get my swing down. Langford behind the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch from Helsley. And all the way to the backstop as I swing at a pitch way off the plate. My goodness, that was terrible. And Kerry Carpenter makes it 3-0 with a 2-run shot here in the 8th off Granillo. And Thomas White shut us down today, only allowed 2 hits, gets the win. Horton takes the loss. Enriquez with the save as the Marlins claw back to within half a game of first place. Box score, Willits with a double in the first, 4 to hit later. Both hit doubles, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. And hey, for once, it wasn't me causing all the strikeouts. Horton pitched a great game, Granillo did not. And the Tigers rejected our trade for Griffin Jacks. Game 2, we have Brad Lord against Christian Javier, and I'm going to play a lock with Vinny Pasquantino. On the mound for the Marlins, Christian Javier, see his numbers there. 1-4 record, 4.5 ERA. He's not having a good season either. And CJ gets us started with a solo shot, leading off the first. There we go. And Wood, solo shot, 2 batters later. It's 2-0 Nationals. Langford follows with a single, and now it's our turn to bat with Vinny. All right, Vinny, having a good power year this year. Got to get that average up. Got 1 on, 1 out here in the first. 2-0 lead. And rip that one foul up the right side. All right, we're going to send Langford and try and stay out of the double play. There he goes. Here's the pitch. And ripped foul again. Vinny's a day and a half ahead of these pitches. All right, reset. 1-2 count. There goes Langford. And it hit him. Okay, check swing, and the ball hit me. So now we're going to have 2 men on and 1 out. And Buxton hits him a double play to end the rally. And pick it up here, top of the 3rd. Langford with a 2-out double. So we have a man in scoring position and 2 outs. Need a pitch to drive here. And the first one, outside and low. There we go. There's Vinny's numbers on the season. I told you he had great power numbers. Just got to get that average up. Vinny heading to count 2-0. Here's Javier's pitch. And a little jam shot. Is that going to drop? Langford running, and he's going to catch it. So we don't get the run in. Got to have better pitch selection there on my part. Buxton with a solo homer makes it 3-0. And pick it up top of the fifth. Still 3-0. Got a man on first, 2 out for Vinny facing Josh White. And he's coming out of the game. New pitcher. And it's going to be Alvin Foucher, however you say his name. And first pitch swinging is going to be a ground ball to second base. And that'll end the inning. 2-run shot by Acosta makes it 3-2 Nationals. And pick it up top of the eighth. We're still up 3-2. Langford with a leadoff walk. See if Vinny can do something positive here. All right, need some tack-on runs. And he's going to hang that pitch, and we just missed it. Man. Love hitting off-speed pitches, and I just missed that one. And we would hang on and win this game 3-2. Lord with the win. Javier the loss. Fairbanks got the save. I brought in Whitlock, but he was removed by the CPU halfway through the inning, so I don't know what was up with that. But we do tie the series at 1. Check the box score. 9 hits, 3 walks, only struck out 3 times. 2 of those were Harry Ford. Home runs by Wood, Abrams, and Buxton. Vay with a steal. Good start by Lord. I need to check on Whitlock because only threw the third of an inning before he got removed. But Fairbanks, like I said, he's been pitching well lately. He came in and got the last 2 outs to get us out of this game. And Whitlock, inflamed hip. He's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. And we got enough relievers. I'll just keep him active. Hopefully, 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to leave him active. And hopefully he'll come back on the shorter side of that. We'll just be a man short in a bullpen for now. And the A's countered. Instead of Kopech, they went Justin Sterner for Robert Hassel. I'm going to have to think about that one. Now game 3, Roki Sasaki against Jansen Junk. And we will player lock on this game with, let's go with Tom McVeigh. And on the mound for the Marlins, Jansen Junk. See his numbers there. Not having a spectacular season either. Yeah, we'll pick it up here on top of the third. McVeigh leading off. Marlins scratched out a run in the bottom of the first inning, so we're up 1-0. And you see McVeigh's numbers right there. Rookie of the year last year. Improving on that one this year. For whatever reason, though, I have trouble hitting with him. I don't do quite as successfully as if I just watch. Here's a shot in a right, and that's going to be caught. Just can't seem to drive the ball with him. I know he has 44 power, but still. Willie Castro fouls that up with a game-tying solo shot. There we go. And Isak Paredes gives him a 3-1 lead with a 2-run shot in the fourth. Now McVeigh's up with nobody on, 2 out here in the fifth. Those of you who've watched my channel for a while know I definitely can pitch and hit, but I have found myself in a hitting slump. There's a high fly ball to right field that's going to be shy of the track, on the track now. We fail to score in the fifth. And Xavier Edwards leads off the bottom half with a solo shot. We're down 4-1. And Agustin Ramirez with a 2-run shot as Roki implodes here in the middle innings. Now we're up in the seventh. Bases loaded, 2 out. Tom McVeigh trying to get us back into this game. Jansen Junk still on the mound. All right, I really need to get a pitch to drive now. 1-0 pitch. Low for a ball. There we go. Junk comes set. Pitch. Oh, and let's foul behind the plate. Pitch is right down the middle, and I dipped my PCI, and I'm going to go back to watching us hit. And Vaughn with a solo homer. We can't keep them in the ballpark today. And we dropped game 3 of the series 7-2 as both our pitching and hitting failed us today. And I'm going to go back to watching the CPU bat because I'm still in my slump. Check the box score. 2 hits for Castro. 2 walks in the game total. Only 5 Ks. Castro with the homer. Sasaki was terrible. And, yeah, I wasn't much better. And now game 4. Travis Sakura against Yuri Perez. And we got a bunch of guys need days off. So we're just going to watch James Wood bat today. But a bigger concern is how Sakura has failed to do well. Even though he's 4-1 in his last 7 starts, that ERA and WHIP are horrendous, and he needs to turn things around, and hopefully he can do it right now. And on the mound for the Marlins, Yuri Perez. Again, high ERA, not a great WHIP. All these guys are struggling, and yet somehow they're right there with us in the standings. And pick it up here, top of the first. 1 out, nobody on. James Wood at the plate. Let's go watch him bat. Another bright, sunshiny day. Wood can do better than I did. First pitch is high for a ball. Don't care about the Marlins record. And Wood's down in count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses and strikes out. So even watching isn't having a desired effect. Solo shot by Kerry Carpenter makes it 1-0 Marlins, as we cannot keep them in the park. 2-run double by Barry makes it 3-0. Now we have 1 on, 2 out here in the third. James Wood at the plate again. And if we lose this game, what a disastrous trip to Florida as he rips a first pitch foul. There's Wood's numbers for the season, 281, 13, and 34. So he's having a good season, unlike some of our other big boys. 1 count. Here's the pitch to Wood. Strike right down the middle. Runner goes. Throw down. He's in safely. So Willits steals a bag. Gets rid of the force out. 4th of the season. See the replay. It's a good jump. And I said before, he's going to get most of his steals in the sim. Now we have a man on second. 2 out. 0-2 pitch is high for a ball. Reset. 1-2 count. There's the pitch to Wood. And he strikes out again. My goodness. All right, top of the 5th. Still trailing 3-0. We have bases loaded and 2 out for James Wood. Still facing Yuri Perez. Let's see if we can get something done this time. All right, James. I was struggling, but not as bad as you've been struggling. So you need to put something in play here. First pitch is outside and low. You go for 2 with 2 Ks. Has not looked good in either at bat. Our offense desperately needing a spark. We got like 4 regulars taking the day off because they're tired. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And strike in the outside corner. Wood ahead in the count, 2-1. Come on, give him 1 pitch to drive. Here's a pitch. Low, ball 3. Jacob Young on deck. Need Wood to come through right here. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball second base, and they're going to get out of the jam. And we fail to score again. RBI double by Xavier Edwards makes it 4-0. Solo shot by Castro gets us on the board finally. Now we have 2 on, 2 out in the 7th. Tying run at the plate in James Wood facing Ryan Helsley. All right, 1 more chance to do damage. Hopefully Helsley throws a lot of fastballs. Whoa, watch out. Bat goes flying. Wood with a 1-1 count now. Tying run at the plate here in the 7th. Getting late. Got to do something. And swung at a pitch way off the plate. Now he's behind 1-2. Here's a pitch from Helsley. And check swing. Did he go? No. Ball in the dirt. And the runner's out at third. What are we doing? Just stay there. And we'll pick it up top of the 8th. Nobody on. James Wood's going to lead off this inning. Instead of trying to drive in runs, he's going to try and get on base for Pasquantino and Langford. Wood does not look good at the plate. First pitch to him. Swung on and missed. It's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a weak ground out. Wood down to count 0-2. Dangerous striking out for the 3rd time today. Here's Helsley's pitch. And it's a high fly ball in the left field, racing back to the track and caught for the first out here in the inning. And the Nationals lose 4-1 here in Game 4, drop 3 of the 4 games. Perez with the win, Sakura the loss, Enriquez with the save. And our offense non-existent in that series. We need to pick it up here against Philadelphia. Here's the box score. 2 hits for Castro, including a home run. He had 7 hits, couldn't piece them together. 2 walks. Sakura didn't pitch poorly. He did give up 9 hits. And bullpen was okay. I'll just put it that way. And it made a new trade offer to the Tigers, offering Michael Kopech for Griffin Jacks. Offset some of the salary there, give him a pitcher back. And then we added in 18-year-old starting pitcher Amari Ramirez. See potential, 68 overall. And see if that will be enough to sway that trade so we could offload Kopech, get a better pitcher for him, and try and help our bullpen that way. Still have this offer for 2 prospects from the Mariners that they're considering. And if this trade goes through here, then I will likely go ahead and make this trade here for Hassel. And we'll send Granillo to the minors or just release one of those left-handed pitchers that isn't doing well and look to replace Hassel with a prospect center fielder some other way. Now we wrap up this road trip with 3 at Philadelphia. Shane McClanahan against Jesus Luzardo. Hopefully Shane can carry the load here until our offense wakes up. Eli Willits is going to get the day off, so we're going to player lock with Byron Buxton in this one. And you can see how dominant Shane's been over his last 6 starts, just not getting the wins. Hopefully he will keep that trend going and we can get him a dub today. And the Phillies wearing their City Connects. As I said, Luzardo on the mound, another pitcher struggling. Although they don't seem to struggle against us right now. And we get on the board first. Abrams with a walk, a stolen base. Langford walks. Wood gets an RBI single. Wish he would have had that against the Marlins. Now Buxton's going to step in with 2 on and nobody out. And he walks. Accidentally simmed. My bad. Now we have McVay, bases loaded, nobody out. Pops out. Castro, fielder's choice. Pasquantino. Singles. It's 2-0. Brock Wilkin pops out. 2-0 lead after a half inning. And Harry Ford led off the second inning with a double. Couple outs later, James Wood, another RBI single. So we have 1 on and 2 out, up 3-0. Now we're going to bat with Buxton. I accidentally hit the button. Instead of hitting circle, I hit X. Swings through that slider and sim that walk. I meant to come up here and bat. I wanted to bat with Buxton. All right, try this again. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And ripped right to third base, and they'll get the force to end the inning. At least they didn't strike out. And top of the 4th, Abrams leadoff double. 2 outs later, it's Buxton's time to come to the plate again, this time against Chase Sugart. Zardo didn't last long at all. Pitch is a grounder to third again. All right. You can tell I need to go back and just player lock with pitchers. Solo shot by Harry Ford makes it 4-0. And after a walk and a single, Buxton's up again, 2 on, 2 out here in the 6th. Lefty on the mound. That's good. See if I can get a pitch to drive. Wind is blowing in. Pitch is low. You guys can tell the disgust, frustration, whatever in my voice. It's real because I am struggling. I hate coming to the plate, not executing. Swing over that curveball. And I know it's not fun for you guys to watch me just make out after out. Ooh, just clipped the corner. That goes to 1 and 2. And this team is scuffling along, and I'm not helping right now. Oh, wow. All right, the new millimeter strike zone. Solo shot by Harry Ford makes it 5-0. And Abrams walked, stole second. Buxton up again with man on scoring position and 2 out. See if I can do better this time. Rips that down the right field line, and that ball is foul off the side wall. Down to count 0-2. Just looking to stay alive now. Here's the pitch from Piamps. And broken back grounder to first. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Solo shot by McVay leading off the 9th. Makes it 6-0. Offense is finally waking up outside of me. Sack fly by Harry Ford makes it 7-0. And Shane McClanahan does continue his dominating ways. He throws a 6-hit shutout, complete game, gets up to his 5th win. Luzardo the loss. Our offense seemed to wake up for everyone but me. We take the first game of this big 3-game series. Check the box score. 2 hits for Wood, 2 hits for Castro, 2 for Pasquantino, 3 for Ford. He had a double and 2 home runs. McVay with a home run. 9 walks. 3 steals, and there you go. 6 hits, no walks, 11 Ks for Shane. Drops his ERA to 2.18. All right, game 2. Cade Horton against Andrew Painter. And we're going to watch Eli Willits bat in this game. And just like McClanahan, Horton's been dominant lately. See his numbers in his last 5 starts. Need him to keep that going as well. On the mound for the Phillies, Andrew Painter, another one struggling with ERA and whip. TJ strikes out, so quickly into Eli Willits' first at-bat here in the first inning. Nice close-up center field view, too. I wish more ballparks had this. First pitch swinging. Here's a fly ball into right center field, and that's going to be caught for the 2nd out. And the Phillies get on the board first with a single by Arise, an RBI single by Turner. Buxton answers back with a solo shot to tie it. There we go. And then Arise, of all people, 3-run shot to make it 4-1 Philadelphia. Now back-to-back singles with 1 out here in the third brings up Eli Willits for his second AB. All right, Eli. Hit the ball well last time, just didn't find a hole. First pitch is a strike in the outside corner. See his numbers on the year, 275, 8 and 21. Definite leader for the National League Rookie of the Year at this point. See if that trend continues during the season as we go. Here's the 0-1 pitch and a line shot to left field. That's going to get down. See if that's going to score a run or not. Here's the throw to the plate. And yes, an RBI single. Drives in Ford. And now it's a 4-2 game. See the replay. Takes the outside pitch and just puts it over the shortstop, third baseman's heads. Go back to the sim for James Wood. He strikes out. Langford flies out, so we get a run that inning. Then Arise comes through again. An RBI double, drives home 2. My gosh. Solo shot by Langeliers makes it 7-2. Eli leading off the 6th here as we're down 5 runs all of a sudden. All right, see if he can get his second hit and get a rally started here in the 6th. And here's a ground ball first pitch right to second base. He's seen 4 pitches in 3 at-bats today. And Mountcastle drives in 2 more with an RBI double. And pick it up in the top of the 8th, down 7 runs. Abrams with a 1-out single and a stolen base. So now you have a man in scoring position for Eli Willits. All right, Eli, get a pitch you can drive now. Swinging early in counts. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off. Eli behind an account 1-2 now. Wood on deck. Just need him to get on base. We got to get a rally going. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball foul down the third base side. And the count goes even at 2. Come on, Eli. Find some grass somewhere. Here's a pitch from Mears. And it's a pop foul up the third base side. Third baseman running over by the dugout, and he's got it as he runs into the fence over there. That's Nolan Gorman. And 2 batters later, Wood with a walk, Langford with a walk. Bases loaded, 2 out for Vinny. Let's watch this one. And before we watch it, they're going to the pen. They're bringing a lefty. Sam Hentges. Vinny does not like lefties nearly as much as he likes righties, as you would expect. First pitch to him, inside for a ball. Vinny 0 for 3 with a ground out, 2 for 7 in the series. 1-0 pitch. It's ground ball third base, and they're going to get out of the inning. Our offense dried up again. And the Phillies get a convincing win here in Game 2. 9-2 is Painter with the win, Horton with the loss as they even up the series. Check this box score. 2 hits for Abrams, 2 hits for Buxton. 1 was a home run. 4 walks. Horton 7 runs on 10 hits. Minter didn't do anything to garner staying in this bullpen much longer. And after sweeping Minnesota, we have now won 3 games in the last 9 games. So we're 3-6 after sweeping Minnesota. Had a nice stretch here, beating Seattle, beating San Diego, beating the Dodgers, sweeping Minnesota, and now we can't buy a win. And, man, going to have to get this one and not lose another series. And I've had enough of A.J. Minter. I'm going to go ahead and accept this trade. Hassel really has no future with us. And we're going to bring in Justin Sterner, and I'm just going to straight up cut A.J. Minter. Here's Minter's numbers. 28 hits, 22 innings, 5 homers, 6.45 ERA, and that was money not well spent as we spent $5.4 million on him. Now Game 3 against the Phillies. Brad Lord against Moises Chase. Hopefully we can get a better start out of Lord than what he's had most of the season. And let's player lock with C.J. Abrams in this game. And on mound for the Phillies, why is Chase Sugar on there? It's supposed to be Moises Chase. I guess they're going with a bullpen game instead. Something must have happened to their pitcher. Wow, okay. Well, we just saw Sugar in the last game. First pitch is strike right down the middle. I don't care about the Phillies. I wish it wouldn't show my opposing team's record. Show me my batter. San Diego Studios, your presentation is crap right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A line shot into left field towards the corner, on the track, and up against the wall. That's caught for the first out. And we'll pick it up here in the top of the third. Castro and Ford back-to-back singles to start the inning. Nick Mears is the new pitcher for the Phillies, as they are doing a bullpen game. So let's see if CJ can drive in the first run of the game right here. All right, Abrams with a deep fly out. His first time up. First pitch to him. The strike right down the middle. 3 for 8 in the series. That's good. One of the only guys in the lineup consistently getting hits lately. And the 0-1 pitch from Mears. Strike at the letters. DJ quickly down 0-2. Got to put this ball in play. Even a double play to get us a run. Do not strike out. Here's the pitch, and he does. Wow, what a terrible at-bat by CJ. Absolutely brutal. And Willits would get a sac fly to get us on the board. Wyatt Langford solo shot off lefty Colby Allard makes it 2-0. Why we brought him in. Somebody in the middle of the order against lefties. And decided to go ahead and sim Abrams at bat. He draws a walk. Gets caught stealing. Sirota solo shot gets the Phillies on the board. Now it's a 2-1 game. Pick it up top of the 7th. Still 2-1. Buxton with the leadoff double. Ford with a 2-out walk. So it's first and second 2-out for CJ facing Yohan Duran. All right, see if he has a better at bat this time. First pitch to CJ is finally on the way. And a questionable strike call there. His full season numbers, 265, 15 steals. Duran comes set again. Look to second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. The high fly ball into right center field. Racing back to the track, to the wall, and it is gone! CJ with a 3-run big fly. See you later is right. It's his 10th home run of the season. About time somebody comes through while we're watching. Now it's a 5-1 game as we blow this game open late. About time. See this replay. Hammered it. It was a high pitch, high towering shot, not a pitch. 373 over that high right field wall. And a double by Anthony with the bases loaded makes it 5-4, and that's going to be it for Brad Lord. Tried to get him through this inning. And we're going to the pen. We're going to bring in the new guy, Justin Sterner. We're going to watch this at bat. All right, Justin, brought you in, provide some stability in the bullpen. Your first pitch is low for a ball. Torrens 0 for 2 on the day. Tying run at second. We'll out here in the 7th. Count even at 1. Trying to fend off this tying run at second. And a high strike. Wow. Sweeper hung. Didn't hit it. So now Torrens is down 1-2. See if we can chase this sweeper down and away. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throw to first. And that's a second out. Now bring in Mike Sirota. Homered earlier in the game. He represents the go-ahead run. First pitch to him is a strike in the inside corner. See his numbers on the season. Sirota down 0-1. Pitch from Sterner. And strike 2 at the letters. There we go. Sterner heading to count 1-2. Just one pitch to get out of this inning. Here's a pitch. And strike 3. There we go. Big K there. And we keep a 5-4 lead as we head to the 8th inning. And a good introduction to the Nats fans for Justin Sterner. And we get a tack-on run in the 9th inning. McVay singled, stole second. And Harry Ford with a clutch 2-out RBI single. Brings up CJ one more time. He tired. Yohan Duran still on the mound. This is going to be pitch number 49 for him. And it's going to be strike on the inside corner at the letters. Big 3-run shot by CJ is the difference in this game right now. CJ quickly behind in the count, 0-2. 1 on, 2 out here in the 9th. 2-run lead for the Nats. Here's the pitch. Outside. Gets away from the catcher. Runner goes. Throw down. And he is safe. There we go. Wild pitch. Puts him in scoring position. Now we just need a base hit from CJ to make it a 3-run lead. Behind 1 and 2. Here's the pitch from Duran. And a line shot right to third base. Snagged by Gorman. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Nationals up 6-4. See if Pete Fairbanks can hold this lead and give us a win in Game 3 of the series. And the Nationals would hang on, win 6-4 as Fairbanks gets his 9th save. We take the series 2-1. Hopefully that'll spark us as we go back home to take on the Pirates to end this month. Check the box score. 2 hits for Langford, 2 hits for McVay, 2 for Ford, home runs by Abrams and Langford. Lord, kind of a shaky start, but the bullpen did a great job and a nice debut for Justin Sterner. And after the game, we get this notification that we did get a trade worked out with the Tigers, give up that 18-year-old C potential, and ship out Michael Kopech and his 6.75 ERA, and we get Griffin Jax with his 1.35 ERA. It's the last year of his contract. That's fine. Not sure we want to bring him back. We'll just see how the season goes, but that'll greatly help our bullpen for the rest of the season. And after that less than stellar road trip, we come back home for 3 against the Pirates. Actually, it's a 6-game stand. Phillies coming up, but that'll be something for next episode. Lose the first game 5-4. Give up a couple of home runs. Good start by Skeens. Our side, Abrams and Wood with home runs. They both had 2 hits. Buxton with a steal. Roki barely gets through 4. Not a great start. Romero gives up 2 runs. Sterner, inning and 2/3, no runs allowed. Griffin Jax, his debut, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Game 2, we win 4-3. Home runs allowed? No home runs allowed. Chandler doesn't get through 5. Our side, 15 hits, 7 walks, 2 hits for Abrams, 3 hits for Willits, 2 for Wood, 2 for Langford, 3 for Ford. No home runs in the game. Sikora with a good start. A lot of walks, though. And we finally win this game, walk it off in 13 innings. Jax gets a hold. Sterner, another scoreless appearance. In Game 3, we win 6-4. Home runs by Bryson Stott and Cody Clemens. Jared Jones with a bad start for the Pirates. Our side, all of our hits came in the bottom half of the lineup. 2 for Jacob Young, 2 for McVay. Looks like you had a bunch of guys getting days off. McVay and Castro with home runs. McClanahan, 9 hits and 5 1/3, not great. Only gives up 2 runs. Griffin Jax gives up 2 runs. Fairbanks finishes it off, gets the save. We end of May. We are a half game ahead of the Braves, 2 ahead of the Mets and Marlins, 9.5 on the Phillies. Still a very, very tight race. Check out our statistics at this point. Abrams leads the team in hits. Buxton runs scored. Wood has 14 home runs. Buxton passed Quintino with 13. RBIs, 39 for Wood, 38 for Vinny. 15 steals by Abrams, 12 by McVay. Not a great batting average leader. Wood, 273. Willits, 273. He is the front runner for Rookie of the Year, and no one is even close. So he probably will get us an extra pick, get Rookie of the Year. OPS, nobody over 900. That's not great. On the pitching side, McClanahan 6-2, Horton 5-4, Lord 4-3, Roki 3-4, Sikora 5-3. And these 2 are the only ones with an ERA below 4.3. Sikora, not a good start. Starting to bring the ERA and whip down at least. We'll see how it goes. And Brad Lord's pitching much better lately as well. Bullpen side, Granillo in danger of going to the minors. Varland's pitching great. Romero's pitching great. Whitlock still dinged up. He's got 1 to 6 days and he'll be back. Alvarado, okay. That whip's a bit high. Sterner's pitching great. Jax is pitching great. Closing side, Pete Fairbanks has turned it around. He's going back as closer until Whitlock comes back. I'm going to go with Whitlock the rest of the year, but Pete has been pitching great. Has not allowed a run in his last 9 2/3, so he's turned things around. He is regressing a little bit. That's how we stand. And I also wanted to go down here to AAA. You can see Jeremy Dunbar only hitting 249, but he does have 11 home runs, 27 ribs. Lewis Haynes, 11 home runs, Tulibits 8. Haynes is just amazing. Net contact rate is so low, but he's got 260 average, better than Dunbar. He has much better contact vision and clutch. So anyway, Dunbar is probably going to stay in the minors for a while. He's definitely going to be one of our September call-ups. And I'll see get his Major League debut out of the way late this season, but I'm thinking about leaving him in the minors all year to improve his defense even more. It's only at 53 right now. His reactions are in the high 40s, low 50s, so he's got a ways to go, but he's only 22 years old, and that way next year he can be our big rookie and try and get us another PPI pick. Starting pitcher side, Joel Ortiz, 4-1, 2.64 ERA, 101 WHIP. Jeff Ullman, 3.60 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. And Ortiz is just, he's still a ways away. Got to get all those hits per nines up into the 60s. Ullman just needs to get a hit per nine for lefties up. And his clutch is okay where it's at for now. So maybe next year in spring training, one of these guys can compete and we can move Roki back to the pen. Nope, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Kind of up and down. Got a new closer. Got a rookie of the year. Almost guaranteed. And we will get into more of these division games here. Definitely with the Mets and the Braves. Those are going to be all important games there. Probably more important than the Phillies. And we'll get all the way down through here. We'll get to the draft. We actually won't do the draft. So we'll actually spend more time. We got we're through May, so we're gonna have a lot of gameplay with the Braves and Mets next episode and get us up to the draft. And I will show you what our draft list looks like. So when we do the draft, we can just hop right in, make our picks, and move on. And that'll be our next episode. So if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. And I will see you soon. Go Nats.